Senang sekali tentunya saya Rani Raj bisa menyapa Bapak dan Ibu semua dalam room 1 dan tentunya kami ucapkan selamat datang dalam acara Digital Transformation Indonesia Conference and Expo 2025 Indonesia Next Leading Digital Edge with Government and Industry Collaboration. Boleh tepuk tangan yang meriah untuk kita semua pada pagi hari ini. Terima kasih Bapak dan Ibu sekalian sudah hadir bersama kami. Bapak dan Ibu hadirin yang kami hormati, acara Digital Transformation Indonesia Conference and Expo 2025 Indonesia Next Leading the Digital Age with Government and Industry Collaboration berfokus pada transformasi digital Indonesia yang berlangsung sangat pesat serta tentunya kemitraan strategis antara pemerintah dan industri dalam mendorong kemajuan tersebut. Beragam tantangan dan peluang utama tentunya akan dibahas dalam sesi kali ini dengan penekanan pada pentingnya infrastruktur digital yang kuat, akses teknologi yang inklusif, serta kesiapan tenaga kerja untuk menghadapi ekonomi digital. Perhatian khusus juga diberikan pada layanan pemerintah yang berpusat pada masyarakat, mendorong transparansi melalui inisiatif open data, serta pentingnya program peningkatan dan pengembangan keterampilan secara strategis. Selain itu, acara ini juga mendorong kolaborasi dan jejaring untuk mempercepat kemajuan digital Indonesia dan meneguhkan posisinya sebagai pemimpin di era digital. And ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off our first agenda. We're going to move on to the keynote presentation with the theme Expanding Digital Inclusion, Connecting Communities with Affordable and Accessible Internet. And this keynote will be delivered by Mr. Peter Huang Yin, Broadband Director from Fiberhome. But before that, let me give you a brief profile about him. Mr. Peter Huang Yin is the Broadband Marketing Director at Fiberhome, leading product and solution strategies globally. Born in 1986 and holding a master's degree from Wuhan Research Institute of Post and Telecommunications, he has been with Fiberhome since 2011. He has served as Fiberhome's national representative in Pakistan and UAE as CTO in Thailand, overseeing strategy, technical solutions, and marketing in those regions. So please welcome on the stage Mr. Peter Huang Yin.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Dear sponsor and ladies and gentlemen, thanks very much to give me a chance to speak here. Today, my presentation is about the expanding of digital inclusion. First, I want to show you a map about the digital divide of internet. It has two main core obstacles. One is the geographic accessible, the other is the knowledge and economic affordable. As per GSMA defined, 3.5 billion people are not using internet. And 10% of them is almost 350 million people are not covered by any network. Most of them live in South Asia and Africa, where that's marked in red in the map. And the other 30% of people is around 3.1 billion. They was covered by some type of network, but they cannot use internet because they cannot afford of the economic or their lack of digital skills. As a representative of Fiberhome, I want to introduce some technologies which can help to build a better, affordable, and accessible internet. First is the end-to-end base station solution for remote islands. We all know Indonesia has made a great achievement for internet coverage. But due to the geographic condition and the economic difference, still the fixed brand coverage penetration is still low in the rural area, especially in the islands. So how to help those people living in the islands living in mountains and forests. We need a complete solution with the green energy, with the multi-transport and the low power consumption equipment. With the solar power generators for the power supply, with the microwave, satellite, and submarine cable for the transmission. And with a good system to manage all of them, it can provide the internet to those remote islands. And this solution, we have deployed more than 2,000 sites in Indonesia. As per GSMI defined, globally, 83% in the city, they can use internet, but only 43% in rural area can use internet. The problem is the network construction in a low density area is more expensive and more difficult. To solve this problem, the mini-pump solution was developed. So this solution can be faster deployed with using the existing pole and walls. And this solution no need the equipment rooms and can save the manpower because it can be installed by unskilled person. So with these features, the solution can save 70% of the workload and time for the construction, and it can save 30% of the cost to deploy the network. And for those areas where optical fiber cable cannot be deployed, the 4G, 5G FWA is a good solution. So this solution can be faster deployed by using the existing site and towers, and it's very easy to configuration. It can be plug and play without complicated service opening. And this solution is suitable for the rural area, the villages, and also the crowded area in the cities, like some small shops and small office. As we discussed, 90% of the people who are not using internet, they are already covered by network. But they are not able to afford it. For example, in Africa and South Asia, 20% of the people, their whole month's salary cannot even afford to buy a basic smartphone. They are not able to afford further expensive package cost. So the public Wi-Fi is somehow the mandatory requirement for them. Here I want to introduce the hotspot solution. With this solution, the operators, they can provide the basic internet access to these low-income groups. The operator can use the existing network by not adding any further equipment, because this existing ONT can offer extra Wi-Fi without influence the current performance. So this application is particularly suitable for the small restaurants, for the small shops, schools, and the public office, where have already deployed by the operator's GPON network. After introduce the technologies, I want to share the effort we have done to construct the FTTH network. In the past decade, 10 years, FiberHome have deployed more than 40 million FTTH lines all over the world. We cooperate with more than 50 operators in 25 countries. Most of the projects we deployed are in developing and undeveloped countries. For example, as introduced, I was used to work in Pakistan more than 10 years. We have seen the thirsty of the people living in the desert on the mountains of internet. We help the government to lay the optical fiber cable to the Gilgit and the Balochistan province. We help them to build the FTTH network. So millions of students, they can use the internet. They can take the online class during the COVID-19. And my colleague, they line the submarine cables in Philippines and Malaysia. They provide the internet to more than 20 islands. And in Indonesia, my colleague cooperates with the operators and government to set up a public school, public Wi-Fi in the government schools. So in the end, I want to put forward some appeals to the government and the industry. First, we hope the government can open the basic network access infrastructures like the poles and the pipes. Yeah. So it can be avoid the redundant construction. And we hope the government can invest more in the construction of transmission and the submarine cable to the remote area, to the island and the mountains for those people living there. And to the operators, we hope the operators can offer more no-cost package, especially for the low-income group and the remote areas. And also, we hope them can expand the usage of public Wi-Fi with no cost or even free. So we hope to working together to help more and more people can be connected with the internet and reduce the digital divide. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Huang Yin. Please remain on the stage because we're going to continue because there will be a token of appreciation for our keynote speaker, and therefore I would like to invite to come to the stage to present the token of appreciation, Bapak Tommy Gustavi Utomo, Executive Director from Association of Telecommunications, Infrastructure and Tower Developers. Pak Tommy, kami persilahkan untuk dapat menyerahkan. Please present the token of appreciation for our very first keynote speaker this morning. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Huang Yin. Thank you. Please have a photo session first. Okay. We're going to have a photo session in 3, 2, 1. One more time. Gentlemen, 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Bapak Tommy, please remain on the stage with me because you're going to continue with the next session. Pak Tommy mohon berkenan bersama kami di atas panggung. And once again, thank you very much, Mr. Peter Huang Yin, for such an insightful session this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to continue to the next session, which is the panel discussion. And this panel discussion will talking about Indonesia's telecom industry in the AI era, balancing innovation and consumer protection. And the panel discussion will be moderated by Bapak Tommy Gustavi Utomo, Executive Director, Association of Telecommunications, Infrastructure and Tower Developers. But before that, I will give you a brief explanation about his profile. Pak Tommy, izin Pak. Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Gustavi Utomo, born in Semarang, holds a bachelor's degree in accounting from Gajah Mada University and a Master of Science in International Business from the University of Indonesia. With over 25 years of experience, he has worked in infrastructure, IT, strategic management, and human resources at companies such as PT Bangun Cipta Sarana, PT Sahid International Group, PT Bakri Telekom, PT Solusi Tunas Pratama, and currently at PT Gihon Telekomunikasi Indonesia. He is also active in telecommunications associations, including Mastel, Abjatel, AESI, and serves as Executive Director of Aspimtel. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bapak Tommy Gustavi Utomo.
Terima kasih. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi menjelang siang untuk para hadirin semua. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Digital Transformation Indonesian Conference and Expo Dti-Cx 2025. My name is Tommy Gustavi Tomo, Executive Director, Association of Telecommunication, Infrastructure and Tower Developer, or ASPIMTEL. I am your moderator from the session titled Indonesia's Telecom Industry in the AI Era, Balancing Innovation and Customer Protection. Indonesian telecom operators are leveraging AI to enhance services, optimize network, and create added value for customers. Key applications include predictive maintenance, personalized experience, and automated network management. AI adoption raises concern around data privacy, algorithmic bias, and potential unfairness. Ensuring transparency, fairness, and ethical use is vital for customer protection. Balancing innovation with accountability is crucial. While co-regulation offers flexibility, stronger framework may be needed to be safeguard users. Indonesia's PDP law lays the groundwork for data protection, but clearer AI-specific guidelines are still required. Trusted AI-driven telecom ecosystem depends on collaboration between industry, government, and civil society. Atas nama penyelenggara, saya ucapkan selamat datang kepada para panelis yang nantinya akan bergabung dengan saya di stage, di atas panggung, dan terima kasih kepada seluruh tamu undangan yang telah hadir. Untuk itu, kami memiliki 6 panelis yang akan bersama-sama mendiskusikan mengenai beberapa hal penting dalam event ini. Untuk itu saya persilahkan kepada para panelis satu persatu bergabung dengan saya di atas panggung ini. Yang pertama izinkan saya memanggil Bapak Hari Sungkari, Senior Executive National ICT Council for the Republic of Indonesia, or Dti-Cx. Please welcome to the stage, Pak. Pak Hari Sungkari has been a member of Indonesia's National ICT Council Dti-Cx since 2014. He formerly served as a deputy at the Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy and the Creative Economy Agency, with a background in architecture, ITB, Pak, and law, Unpad. He specializes in intellectual property. He is the co-founder and commissioner PT Mitra Mandiri Informatika. Pak Hari has received several awards, including Game Industry Icon 2018 and Award of Mentor of the Year 2013 for his contributions to tech and creative industries. Thank you, Pak. Join with us. Kedua, Bapak Sarwoto Atmo Sutarno. Please welcome, Pak. Bapak Sarwoto Atmo Sutarno, Chairman Indonesia Telematics Society, or MASTEL. Pak Sarwoto Atmo Sutarno born in Solo, 2 Oktober 1957. He is a seasoned telecommunication expert with over 40 years experience, Pak. Masya Allah, ini guru kita semua ya, Pak. He earned a master degree from Telecom Britain, France, and Bachelor in Management from Universitas Erlangga. He served as a President Director of Telkomsel and lead the launch of Telkom 1 dan Telkom 2 satellite. Currently Special Advisor to the Ministry of Cooperatives, he has received the Satya Lencana Wirakarya dan Bintang Jasa Naraya dari Presiden Republik Indonesia. Terima kasih, Pak, sudah join di stage. Yang ketiga, kami persilahkan Bapak John Sihar Simanjuntak, Presiden Pandi. Please welcome, Pak. Pak John Sihar Simanjuntak is the chairman of Pandi with extensive experience in Indonesia internet industry since 1996. Udah lama sekali Pak ya. He has held key position including board member of ABGI, chairman of Dti-Cx, and vice president of Moratel. He holds a bachelor degree in engineering from University of Indonesia and a master in management from Universitas Pancasila. Terima kasih Pak Pandi, Pak John Sihar. Yang keempat, Bapak Faisal Rahmat Jumadi. Please welcome Pak Faisal. Pak Faisal Rahmat Jumadi, Director of IT and Digital, PT Telkom Indonesia Persero Tbk. Pak Faisal served as a Chief of IT Digital Officer at Telkom Indonesia. He was previously of the CEO of PT Pos Indonesia and President Director of Telin Group, holding a doctor in management from Brawijaya University and master in electrical engineering from University of Saskatchewan, Canada. He is recognized for driving digital transformation within state-owned enterprise. His accolades include multiple Best CEO. Kita tepuk tangan tuh Pak Jumadi, Best CEO Award. Outside his professional life, he is active in ITS alumni organization and enjoys participating in triathlon. Olahragawan banget nih Pak Faisal nih. Kelima, please welcome Pak Rick Blesinski, founder and chairman Social. Pak Rick Blesinski is a Silicon Valley serial entrepreneur with over 30 years of experience in 8 US patents. Please introduce Pak Rick is Indonesian citizen. 8 US patent in broadband networking and microprocessor design. He is a founder of Softcon Microsystem, acquired by Intel Corporation 1999, and by Microsystem, a key technology supplier to the US Department of Defense and Intelligence Community, delivering high-performance cloud infrastructure since 2005. As an Indonesian citizen, he is uniquely positioning to bridge the gap between cutting-edge innovation in the US and the rapidly evolving Indonesian digital economy by driving strategic partnership as well as policy alignment in Indonesia. Thank you Pak Rick. Yang terakhir Pak Monader, Director of Network Strategy and Solution, Andrew. Please welcome Pak Monader. Dr. Nader is a Director of Network Strategy and Solution at Andrew Panel based in Australia. He provides technical consultancy to optimize mobile network product and solution, supporting a provider in APAC and MEA. Previously, he held senior role at Etisalat, including CTO of Etisalat Nigeria and head of network capacity planning in UAE. He holds in PhD in telecommunication and MBA, a cybersecurity postgraduate certificate, and on 3 US patents. So please give applause to our 6 panelists before we start the question. Bapak-bapak sekalian, sehubungan dengan ini kebanyakan pesertanya adalah foreign sebagai attendee di forum ini, maka lebih banyak nanti saya akan coba sampaikan dengan bahasa Inggris. We heard presentation from our keynote speaker, Pak Nezar Patria, before as a Vice Minister of Communication and Digital Affairs, and Pak Peter Huang Yin, Broadband Director Fiber Home. Now, it's time for me to ask panelists a few questions. We have limited time in the session, but I hope we can reach the best conclusion based in the established theme. I will pose 2 general questions and one specific statement to the panelists. The panelists can elaborate on their answer based on the question. The general question is, number one, have a key risk to customer privacy, data security, and fairness posed by the application of AI in the telecommunication sector been identified, number one. Number two, what are the best practice and implementation and potential regulatory models for governing AI to ensure transparency, accountability, and ethical use? Now, I will start from the first dedicated question from Pak Hari first. Nanti Pak Hari bisa langsung jawab Pak ya. Only 5 minutes Pak. Cari yang susah dulu Pak. Pak Hari, from the perspective of One Thickness, how does the current national strategy facilitate the use of AI by telecommunication operator to drive innovation without sacrificing customer interests? Please, Pak.
Thank you for the questions. Yeah. Well, One Thickness is responsible for multi-sectors. So we are not just from a technological view, but also from whole users. Yeah. So I think the AI's national strategy has been, with Brin has already read it, but I think it's going to be evolved as well. Where AI, I think, is still in the early stage now. Yeah. And I think most of you have already used AI. Yeah. But nowadays we need to, in technology, we call it, we need to calibrate. Because sometimes those AI doesn't give right answer, right? We call it hallucination.
Hallucination.
Or they call it error in confidence. Error in confidence but error. So we try to make a policy. Well, the policy should be enacted by the government.
Yeah.
And that the AI should be used for positivism. Yeah.
Yeah.
To create more innovations, to create more efficiencies, and most importantly, to create more positive behavior of the users. You know, and now with the social media, we had a lot of problem. Yeah, we were the most unpolite social media user according to Microsoft. We need to create that. So as the state, the government should think that. Yeah. It could be to involve in the algorithm, and the machine. I know this one country that already implemented is European Union. He has digital sovereignty, and he asks all the foreign AI machine. This one from Alibaba, implemented in Europe. And Alibaba conveyed to Europe that you can use our machine, you can use algorithm as long as you pay to them. So we need to think that the algorithm should be controlled by the Indonesia. The second is from that is from the technology, from the upstream, from downstream, the people. I think we need a lot. This is a huge homework. I think we are less literate now. We need more literacy so user can know is this the right news or fake news. So he has to think and doing a comparison which sources. Otherwise, it's very easy for people to take news and believe. This is what happened now. I think we need to regulate or to make a social movement. And I think it should be started from the elementary school, Pak.
Yeah, yeah.
Not
yeah.
just, yes, we need it, but from elementary school for them to understand how to compare source.
Yeah.
This is what Vietnam has already done from the
Yeah.
elementary school when they learn about reading. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
comparing.
Yeah.
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 So I think this is going to be a very huge, and we need to work together. Yeah. So I think for the technology, we have many experts here. But I think on the downstream that we need to make this AI for the prosperity of Indonesia.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Wah, I get the message, Pak. So I think AI is very good to we start from the elementary school ya. Jadi so kita bisa mengetahui on the future what is AI used for us. Ya. Foto tadi saya Pak ketika perkenalan dengan AI. Jadi kalau mirip-mirip, ya lebih mudah. Thank you Pak Hari. Cukup ya Pak Hari? Oke, thank you. Kita ke Pak Sarwoto. Pak Sarwoto, Ketua Mastel Pak. Saya pertanyaannya sehubungan dengan Mastel Pak. Dedicated question untuk Bapak. Mastel has been at the forefront of advocating for better telecommunication infrastructure. What initiative has Mastel recently undertaken to support AI innovation in Indonesia? And what outcomes do you anticipate from this effort? Itu Pak, silakan Pak.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Pak Tommy. I think for Mastel, infrastructure and AI or telco and AI is part of transformation itself.
Yeah.
Because, you know, now telco is part of infrastructure. Yeah. But before, telco is the only organization that provide customer for voice and text. But now AI is the latest transformation that we have to adopt, and then familiars, and then how we can go in the near future.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mastel role is of course having many input and discussion from association, and finally we given some advisory or input to the government regulators that including the three things.
Yeah.
The first is how the knowledge of AI itself can be adopted fully in Indonesia, fully or partly.
Yeah.
Because in terms of the disruption technology, we are always lagging. Yeah, always lagging. Like today, for example, AI should be associated with the infrastructure that have high speed capacity, low latencies, and everywhere. Not only in Jakarta, not only in Bali. Yeah, that's why this is really the challenge that we can give to the government about how AI with 5G, for example.
Yeah.
This is advisory from Mastel that we have to accelerate deployment of 5G to support AI.
Yeah.
And the second one is about the knowledge itself. Knowledge about AI. We can collaborate with foreign countries or others organization that can together with organizations like One Tiknas. I am a member of One Tiknas. And university or researchers that we can give from the beginning that AI now is in daily involvement in our life. And then, of course, the third one is about how we can make a benchmark to other countries. Yeah, that's why in all focus group discussions, seminars, given input to the regulators and industry, the benchmark is very important. Adoption to others country that success or not success. So we can learn about this. That is a master role in this time.
Cukup Pak. It's very interesting ya. So the key point is 5G will be 5G Indonesia will be support infrastruktur AI Indonesia. So ini PR juga besar ya Pak ya, yang tidak kalah penting juga di Indonesia. Thank you Pak Pak Sarwoto. So we next to Pak John Sihar Sipanjuntak. Pak John, as a Pandi ID plays a vital role in Indonesia internet and digital ecosystem. How does Pandi ID collaborate with telecommunication companies to ensure support to connectivity, development and enhance AI user experience? Please, Pak.
Okay, thank you, Pak Tony.
Yeah.
So, Pandi is a registry for domain name.id Indonesia. So, we are responsible to maintaining the infrastructure of domain.
Yeah.
So that's why we put many infrastructure all over the world, and also collaboration with many registrars who sell the domain.id for Indonesia and even for the global market. So the problem that we're facing today is, so we all understand that damage made by the many application, let's say AI-based application, so can manipulate the identity and also can do many things for creating, let's say, for fake news and others.
Yeah.
So even also for telco, let's say for telco, so we understand, we found many, let's say, KTP, eKTP, scattered all over the internet.
Yeah.
So you know that now activation for cellular operator, they need the NIK, the identification. So we been doing some research recently. We do this almost 2 years. So we call it the ID chain. ID chain is the blockchain-based network, DID-based standard, W3C consortium-based standard. So we apply also the proof of concept identification. So this can be used as the authentication, validation. Is it a true user or not? So now when we activate the cellular operator, it's really easy that we can manipulate even the shop who sell the card. They don't care even about the identity. Actually, they just care about how they can sell the card. So that's why I think the validation of identity is very important. That's why we create the AID, is to make sure that validation of the identity, it's only happen by consent of the user. So this is a solution that we like to offer to the all operator, also not only for operator, but also to government and also the verifier identity. It's like banking and also another institution.
Okay.
That's what we do. So, and also in terms of maintaining the .id as to be the good domain name, not abuse domain name, we call it Dti-Cx.
ID.
So you can also browse to the Dti-Cx.id. It's, so we crawling all the content to make sure that the domain it's not it's a healthy domain, not abuse domain. So then we can use also the AI as the tools to identify this is the fake content or not content, or abuse content or not abuse content. It's like gambling online, we can identify it also. That our role right now in Pandi.
Okay, thank you Pak. So we next to Pak Faisal. Pak Faisal is how is Telkom integrating AI into its operation to improve efficiency and customer satisfaction? Satu lagi Pak, pertanyaannya dua tapi sebenarnya satu ini. How is Telkom using AI to enhance the customer experience and reduce the workload of customer service personal? Jadi efisiensi sekaligus workload. Jadi silakan Pak.
Oke, thank you Pak Tommy. So basically, telecom is just transforming from the DNA as a telco company, becoming a digital telco. So what does that mean? That basically we usually build our own infrastructures by using our capex, and then we create our own products and services, and then finally we offer those kind of product and services, basically connectivity to our customers. But nowadays the customers are demanding more than the connectivities. They will ask telecom to provide security, AI, IoT, for example, or cloud services, which those are not our DNA. Those are not our main competence, being a telco operators. So what we do to transform our DNA into digital telco, then we should have a lot of partners to deliver those kind of service according to the customer's requirements. That's why we then finally building an ecosystems that can be involved by many partners to serve our customers. That is more demanding. There is more demand of the connectivities. So that's why for telecoms, innovations meaning is collaborations. We cannot provide any customers' requirements by building our own services, but by collaborating with global partners, domestic partners, with the tech pro, with the technology providers, as well as the SI, system integrators or implementers. So those are the things that we want to transform into the future state of a digital telco. Of course, by doing that, we will do or serve our customers with more cost efficiency, by not building everything by our own, anything, including AI. Of course, AI right now is a big buzzword. So every customer's now saying that they need AI, but what kind of AI that they actually need? But some degree of AI is it's not AI, it's a data analytics, or probably just data engineering, But some are very advanced requirement that we need more research or more innovations to help our customers growing. So that's the thing that as a dominant players in Indonesia, we try to keep our customers happy by serving them what they require beyond connectivities. So I think that's probably the answers of the questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Faisal. I like the statement, Pak Faisal. One statement, innovation is collaboration. I think in this floor is telco person semuanya, Pak ya. Jadi itu harus jadi semangat semua teman-teman nih. Telco maju, no collaboration, nggak bakalan maju. Oke, thank you Pak Faisal. Now Pak, we move to Pak Monader. Dedicated question is, from your perspective, Pak, how do you see the role and progress of AI technology in the telecom industry today? How can it enhance international partnership and collaboration in driving the acceleration of digital transformation in Indonesia? Please, Pak.
Thank you. Hello? Yeah. Thank you, Pak Tommy, and assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm very happy to be with you today. So I work for Andrew, and we are like world leaders in providing infrastructure for mobile networks. And my whole life has been planning and designing mobile networks, especially the radio access part. So I'll try to reflect how AI can help us in evolving mobile networks planning and operations. But first, before we go into that, I would like you to take you a step back and understand this new revolution of AI and what is behind that big revolution in AI that we see today. So basically, machine learning is an integral part of AI. And like around 10 years ago, a new concept came up in machine learning. We call it deep learning. And that deep learning is using neural networks in a very large number of layers, like 48 layers of neural networks. And they came up with new architectures for these neural networks that can extract features from the data. So we don't have to transmit the full data. We can actually extract features and compress the transmission and have intelligence in adding context to these features. So we call that feature engineering. So we came up with new models. The industry came up with new models like convolutional neural networks and the recurrent neural networks, and then most recently the transformer neural networks. And these transformer neural networks are a game changer because they gave us the capability to train models on huge amount of data and then use that model into other tasks. So you could, for example, use it in training it for some language processing technology, inferences, and then use the same model into other tasks as well. And that is what ChatGPT from OpenAI and Google BERT are based upon, these transformer models that are trained on huge amounts of data. So why are we using AI in mobile cellular networks? That's the next question. So we all know that after these all generations of mobile technologies, like going from 3G to 4G to 5G, that the network complexity is getting much bigger. We have so many parameters in the network to optimize and set, which makes it more difficult, of course, to do it manually. Then we need to increase the operational efficiency. We want to reduce our OpEx and have more energy savings. For example, intelligent mobile sites that can switch off themselves when there is no traffic or work on reduced capacities. So efficiency is very important. Then the need for improved user experience. We want to optimize the transmission frequencies, resources, so that we don't have interferences, and so on. And finally, the security. We see, for example, spam SMSs coming to us. So how can AI can help us into identifying the phishing messages and so on to protect our customers' security as well. So, I mean, traditionally we had in 4G a concept called self-optimized networks, or SON, which was built on predetermined rules. So we set like what we call heuristic flow, that if you, like a flow chart, that if this happens, then take this action and so on. But that, of course, is impractical with the high complexity of data we see today. So AI can process much more amount of data dynamically and come up with better decisions. In standards, the 3GPP, which is the entity putting the 5G and the mobile standards in general, so they in 3GPP, I came up with what we call 5G Advanced recently in release 17 and 18. And they started to build AI features into mobile network standards. So we have features to, for example, locate the user location, so positioning functions, also reporting the channel conditions to the network, and forming the beams. So we can transmit the beams from the radios toward the users so that we can maximize the signal to noise ratio. So all that is really big drivers why we are using AI in cellular networks. When it comes to partnerships, like Tommy Peck, you asked, so it is important because these models are very expensive to train. For example, if you know that ChatGPT-3 consumed around $4.3 million in electricity just to be trained. Imagine the amount of data that ChatGPT was trained on to be able to provide this performance. So it is not cheap to develop and train this data. I mean, by the way, these language models are easy to train because how they are built is they give them books to read, and then they hide one word and tell the model to predict the missing word. And the system already knows the answer from the text. So it will try. If it fails, it will try again, and so on. So it is easy to train these language models because it's easy to have written text to find the missing words. So that is part. We need partnerships to reduce the cost. But also we need to exchange expertise. So these partnerships are really crucial. As for initiatives by telcos, I think that AI has not been fully utilized till now in telcos. I live in Australia, so the biggest operator there is Telstra. They have put a vision for 2030 to have what they call self-configurable, self-healing, and self-optimized networks. So that is, you know, to be done by 2030. But we see some models happening. So for example, in AT&T in the US and in Deutsche Telekom in Germany, they already are predicting the traffic. So these models can predict what will happen in the next months or so on, so that they can be prepared for failures and for expansions. In customer service, we see chatbots getting very popular. Although we have some legal concerns sometimes because you cannot control 100% what the chatbot will regenerate. So some people prefer to have fixed answers rather than generated chatbot responses before legal concerns. And finally, Telefónica in Spain are using AI to segment the customers so they can understand who is doing what from the customers by AI and target certain products and packages in their marketing plans. So that's in summary.
Thank you, Pak Nader. We have a last panelist, Pak. As long as MC not give me sign to stop, please, it's your time. Pak Riz, from your perspective, Pak, how do you see the role of progress AI in Indonesian today? And can you provide example of existing and successful initiative? Please, Pak.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you, Pak Tommy, for the question. Yeah, everybody can hear, yes. First of all, I would like to elaborate on Pak Sarwoto's statement. That is very important. Telco is not telco anymore. Okay, so telco right now, it plays a totally different role as an infrastructure. Okay, and I'm going to give a fact examples of what company must do in general and what potential innovation what telco must do to become an AI infrastructure enabler, not just a data carrier anymore. And that's what I would like to elaborate. And also with Pak Faisal mentioned regarding telco will become a digital infrastructure. It's not just selling, you know, some legacy stuff anymore. Okay. So first of all, I would like to say, you know, how does company, generic company, right? I'm not talking about my company or anything. Generic company, how do you deploy AI into a generic company? Whether it's a telco company, whether it's a healthcare, government, defense. You have company, especially many organizations, you have so many data in so many different departments. They are fragmented. They are subsets of data all over the place. Now, this data, number one, is fragmented. Number two, the data is sometimes is incompatible, the format. So you have to create what it's called a centralized data for company and organizations and industry, right? So once you have a centralized data, why you need a centralized? Because you need the models to be trained with your centralized data. That way the model will be extremely intelligent for your own purpose. You can't just use ChatGPT or any other models. There's already hundreds of them available out there. You need to train the model with your own data sets, but not a subset. You need to have to train for the whole organization. Now, that's the generic issue. Easy to say, hard to do. From the telecom perspective right now, okay, what's important right now from the telecom perspective is 25 years ago, we created a chip in Silicon Valley, and we created the concept of compute on the cloud and data on premise. Let's think about that for a second. Compute on the cloud and data on premise. Now, why is that important and relevant for the telecom industry today? Here's why. Compute, GPUs and CPUs, is totally a different matters today than before. Before it was CPUs, it wasn't so expensive, okay? But now the GPUs are so expensive, most companies cannot afford to bring the GPUs on premise. That's the number one on the compute side. On the data sides, the company and organizations have petabytes, hexabytes, terabytes of data. They're not going to move all of this data into the hyperscale data centers or the cloud. They may move some of the data. Why? Data privacy, sovereignty issues, and so forth. So they may move some of the data into the cloud or hyperscale data centers, but they're not going to move the entire thing. So you have a problem here for the telecom industries. You have a compute on the cloud, and you have a data on premise. So the problem, back to what Pak Sarwoto says, latency issues, bandwidth utilizations, and so forth. So how do you solve this? One innovation that we did 25 years ago is you transform the WAN into a global LAN. Low latencies, high throughput global LAN, okay? It's almost like you actually present the data into the compute, because company cannot afford to, put racks of GPUs in their company. There's millions of dollars. You present the data virtually into the cloud, into the hyperscale data centers. The problem, again, is the wide area networks right now. So the technology exists, the innovation exists. We invented this 25 years ago, compute on the cloud and data on premise. So this is not a technical shift anymore. This is a very strategic imperative for telecom and other industries to leverage AI, and without compromising budget, because they don't have to buy the expensive GPUs, and without compromising data privacy, right here. So I want to go around, finally answers the questions here, because we have, So in my opinion, right, if Indonesia implement this concept, these innovations of compute on the cloud and data on premise, right, I think this will change the whole ballgame. You will solve the issue of data privacy, data sovereignty. The data can stay on your premise. It doesn't have to be terabytes to move into the cloud and use the GPU. The GPU doesn't have to be brought into the premise because it's too expensive. So distance doesn't matter anymore. You can collaborate with international companies, because some Indonesian companies are global, not just 3,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers within Indonesia. The data are going to continue growing every year, every 2 years. It's exponential. It's not going to stop tomorrow, that the Department of Defense is going to stop. There's not going to be any more data in the next 1 year. That's not going to happen. Data is going to keep going. So, and